Hello everyone, very good morning. Coming back to the new session. So in our last session, we already discussed about little bit about the water technology, like what is hard water, what is soft water, and all those things. And in today's session, I'm going to discuss about just I want to revise about hard water, what is hard water, what is soft water, then hardness of water, what is meant by hardness of water, and types of hardness. So how to classify the hardness into different types, like temporary hardness or permanent hardness, like that, and various units of the hardness of water. In order to express the hardness of water, what are the units are available. So these points I'm going to cover in this topic. And in a previous session, we already discussed, irrespective of the source of water, each and every water sample always having some amount of impurities, like suspended impurities or dissolved impurities and colloidal impurities. But among those, dissolved impurities are actually one of the problematic issue, and because we cannot see those are actually invisible impurities. Most of the inorganic salts like calcium, magnesium salts or sodium salts can easily soluble in water sample. So because of the presence of different types of salts in the water always having some amount of hardness value. So based on that, water actually divided into either hard water or soft water. So for example, what is hard water? So hard water means whenever hard water treated with soap solution, it will always produce precipitation instead of forming lather or foam formation. So the main reason is, so hard water sample always contains some amount of insoluble salts like calcium and magnesium salts. So for example, in this case, let us assume that this is our hard water sample. So this hard water sample contains calcium chloride as one of the dissolved impurity. Now when this hard water sample, if we add soap solution like sodium stearate like this, then the soap molecule reacts with calcium chloride. So it is like a cation exchange reaction. So it is like a cation exchange reaction. There is a formation of corresponding calcium stearate insoluble material in water, and that looks like a white color precipitate like this. So like this, in case of hard water, always soap material actually converting into corresponding insoluble calcium material like this. So the reason is, hard water sample always contains some amount of either calcium or magnesium or other heavy metal and salts like this. And coming to the soft water, so in case of soft water means soft water doesn't contain any kind of insoluble salts, particularly dissolved impurities. It is actually free from all types of calcium and magnesium salts. So that means soft water means that is actually pure water only. When this pure water interacts with soap material like sodium stearate, so there is a formation of corresponding long chain carboxylic acid like this, and there is a formation of corresponding sodium hydroxide like this. And then again this carboxylic acid molecule further reacts with another soap molecule and forming lather in this manner. So you can see this is the lather formation in the case of soft water. Okay, so this is the difference between hard water and soft water. Hard water always having some amount of calcium and magnesium salts, whereas soft water does not contain any kind of calcium or magnesium salts in it. So now let us see, because of the presence of some amount of impurities like calcium or magnesium salts, water always having some amount of hardness value. So then how to define the hardness value? Hardness of water. So hardness of water means it is actually the capacity of the water to precipitate soap material. That means whenever soap solution added to the hard water sample, immediately water converting that soap into corresponding precipitate by forming corresponding insoluble salts like this. So that capacity actually called hardness of water. So the hardness of the capacity actually increases depending on the how much amount of calcium or magnesium salts available in a particular water sample. So that is the reason it is actually characteristic of water, so that prevents the formation of lathering or foam in the water sample actually. Okay, the main reason for the hardness of water actually the presence of soluble divalent metallic cations like calcium or magnesium ions in the water sample. Okay, so then how to express this hardness of water? So that is important question. And okay, sorry, before that just see different types of hardness. So hardness can be classified into two different types like temporary hardness or permanent hardness. So what is the meaning of temporary hardness or what is the meaning of permanent hardness? If you see this figure, in the first water sample, we have two different salts like calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate. Where in the case of second water sample, we have different types of calcium and magnesium salts like calcium chloride or calcium sulfate or calcium nitrate or magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate or magnesium nitrate like this. So, but in the first case we have only bicarbonate salts only. So whenever this bicarbonate water sample, if you do boiling process, so let us take this water and do simple boiling process by using some heating equipment. So during the boiling process, what will happen? This calcium bicarbonate compound immediately converting into calcium carbonate insoluble material. So it is actually settled down at the bottom of the vessel. So we can easily remove calcium bicarbonate from the water sample. That means it is easy to remove calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate from the water sample. So that is the reason this is actually called temporary hardness. So if water sample contains salts like calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate, we can easily remove those kind of salts by doing simple boiling process. Okay, but wherein the case of permanent hardness case, so all these are actually non-carbonate salts actually. So these are actually called non-carbonate calcium and magnesium salts, and these two are actually carbonate calcium and magnesium salts. If water sample contains non-carbonate salts like this, calcium or magnesium salts like this, if you do simple boiling process, but there is no precipitation, that means it is very difficult to remove these kind of salts from the water sample. So that is the reason. So this is actually called permanent hardness. So we can easily remove temporary hardness by doing simple boiling process. But whereas if water sample contains non-carbonate calcium magnesium salts like this, it is very difficult to remove by doing simple boiling process. So that means these salts cannot be removed by simple boiling process. We have to follow some other external techniques, some chemical process, some chemical methods or physical methods like that. So this is actually called permanent hardness. Now what is the meaning of total hardness? So total hardness means it is actually combination of temporary hardness and permanent hardness. So that is actually called total hardness. For example, in this picture you can see this particular water sample contains both bicarbonate calcium magnesium salts as well as non-bicarbonate calcium magnesium salts like this. If water sample contains combination of all these things like this, so such water sample is always having total hardness value. If water sample contains only non-bicarbonate salts like this, that water sample contains only permanent hardness value. If water sample contains only bicarbonate salts like this, that water sample always having temporary hardness value only. So now the question is how to measure this total hardness value and how to express this hardness value. So because here you can see, so water getting hardness because of the various types of salts, not only because of the calcium bicarbonate, it is also coming because of the calcium chloride or magnesium nitrate like that. So then how to express the total hardness value? What are the units we have for expressing hardness value? So that is our next question. So next question actually, how to express hardness of water in case of measurement of total hardness value. So in general, hardness of water always expressed in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent weight only. Always we have to express hardness of water in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent weights only. So for that purpose, we have to follow this formula by converting any substance into corresponding calcium carbonate equivalent weight. If we want to convert any hardness producing substance amount into corresponding calcium carbonate equivalent weight, we have to use this formula. So what is this formula? Calcium carbonate equivalent weight is equal to weight of the hardness producing salt like calcium chloride or calcium sulfate or magnesium chloride or magnesium nitrate, whatever it is. Weight of the hardness producing salt into equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate and divided by equivalent weight of the hardness producing salt. So by using this formula, we can easily convert the amount of hardness producing value into corresponding calcium carbonate equivalent value. So that is actually possible. But why we have to express hardness in terms of calcium carbonate only? There are two reasons are there. The first reason is actually calcium carbonate is one of the highly insoluble material in water. So calcium carbonate actually is one of the highly insoluble material. So in our previous study, we already showed that calcium bicarbonate upon heating producing calcium carbonate insoluble material only. So calcium carbonate actually one of the insoluble material in case of water. That is one of the reason. That means we can easily remove calcium bicarbonate. And second reason is if you see the calcium carbonate molecular weight, so that is exactly 100 and equivalent weight exactly 50. So we can do calculations easily by using in terms of calcium carbonate equivalence. Okay. So this is one of the reason. Then for example, we will see one problem. One example like this. Calculate hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent weight if the water sample contains 248 mg of calcium sulfate per liter. So we have one water sample like this. So this water sample contains calcium sulfate. How much amount is there? 248 mg. So that means now this is one of the hard water. So this is one of the hard water sample. So this hard water sample contains 248 mg of calcium sulfate. Now how to convert this amount into calcium carbonate equivalent weight? So what is the formula? Calcium carbonate equivalent weight is equal to weight of the hardness producing substance. In this case, that is actually calcium sulfate. Weight of the calcium sulfate and equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate. Equivalent weight of calcium carbonate divided by equivalent weight of the hardness producing substance. In this case, calcium sulfate. Equivalent weight of calcium sulfate. So by using this formula, we can easily convert hardness produced substance value into corresponding equivalent weight. So in this case, what is required? We need weight of the calcium sulfate. That is already available, 248. Then we have to know what is the equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate equivalent weight. So first let us calculate what is the molecular weight of the calcium carbonate. So in this case, if you see the molecular formula, what is the calcium? What is the calcium atomic weight? 40 plus we have one carbon. Carbon atomic weight 12. And how many oxygens are there? 3 oxygens are there. So 3 into 16. So then what is the total weight? 40, 12 and this is actually 48, that means 100. So this is the molecular weight of calcium carbonate. Then what is the equivalent weight of calcium carbonate? So equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight divided by 2. That means 100 divided by 2, you will get actually 50 value. So this is the equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate. Similarly, what is the equivalent weight of the calcium sulfate. Let us see molecular weight of calcium sulfate. So calcium 40 plus sulfur 32 plus 4 oxygens, that means 64. 4 into 16 you will get 64. Then what is the total value? I think 136. So this is the molecular weight of the calcium sulfate. Now equivalent weight of the calcium sulfate. So that is equal to molecular weight divided by 2. That means 136 divided by 2, we will get actually 68. So 68 is the equivalent weight of the calcium sulfate. Now substitute all these values in this case. So weight of the calcium sulfate 248. They mentioned actually 248. 248 and into equivalent weight of the calcium carbonate 50 and equivalent weight of the calcium sulfate 68. 68. So if you do this calculation, you will get 182.35 ppm value. So like this, always we have to express the hardness of value in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent terms only. So this is one of the example. So then the next question is, what are the units for the hardness value? So for example, here I am mentioning actually ppm. So what is the general units for the expressing hardness of value? So generally hardness always expressed in terms of ppm units only. ppm is parts per million. What is the definition of this one? It is defined as the number of parts of equivalents of calcium carbonate. The number of parts of equivalents of calcium carbonate of hardness present in million part of water. So for that means this is like this. 1 ppm is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 10 per 6 parts of water. That means if you take water sample, so let us say this is actually 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent weight. This is not the calcium carbonate compound. This is actually 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent weight. We know how to convert weight of the hardness substance into calcium carbonate equivalent weight. If this 1 part present in 10 power so 10 power 6 parts of water, 10 per 6 parts of water, then that is actually defined as 1 ppm. So 1 ppm is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent present in 10 per 6 parts of water. So this is one of the unit, and we can also express hardness in terms of milligrams per liter also. So according to this definition, the number of milligrams of calcium carbonate equivalent weight present in 1 liter of water. The number of milligrams of calcium carbonate equivalent weight present in 1 liter of water. So that means 1 mg per liter is defined as 1 mg of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 liter. But we know 1 liter is equal to 1 kg because water density actually 1. 1 liter is equal to 1 kg. But 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams, and that is equal to 10 to the power 6 milligrams. Yes sir. So 1 kg of water is equal to 10 power 6 times of milligrams. So 1 mg per liter actually defined as 1 mg of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 kg of water. But 1 kg of water nothing but actually 10 per 6 mg of water. So what is the definition of ppm? 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent present in 10 per 6 parts of water. So that means 1 mg per liter is nothing but actually 1 ppm only. So mathematically 1 ppm is equal to 1 mg per liter. So like this, always we have to express hardness of value either in terms of ppm or in terms of mg per liter only. Apart from these two units, we have two more units, and hardness of water can be explained by using degree of Clark unit also. So this is denoted by like this, degree of Clark like this. So according to degree of Clark, the number of grains of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 gallon of water. So this is one type of unit. So in this case, we are depending on the number of grains. So then one grain actually equal to 1 by 7,000 pounds. So this is one grain. So like this, how many number of grains are present in 1 gallon of water? So 1 gallon actually equal to 10 pounds. Pounds can be the other form of actually pounds can be represented by using LB symbol like this. So 10 LB or 10 pounds equal to 1 gallon. So like this, the number of grains of water, calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 gallon also defined as the one of the degree of Clark unit like this. So we can present like this. 1 Clark is equal to 1 grain of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 gallon of water. So that is also one of the definition. But so otherwise you can also say like this, 1 Clark is equal to 1 part of the calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in part water sample like this. So because we know that, so what is the grain definition, gallon definition? So 1 grain, second first definition, 1 grain of present in 1 gallon of water. But 1 grain is equal to 1 by 7,000 and 1 gallon equal to 10 pounds. 10 pounds. That means this is nothing but actually 1 by 70,000. This is nothing but actually 1 by 70,000. So that is the reason 1 part of the calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 70,000 parts of water actually defined as 1 degree of Clark like this. So this one Clark also equal to the 1 ppm or 1 mg per liter. Okay, and another unit actually degree of French. Another unit actually degree of French. We can also express hardness of water by using degree of French like this. According to this one, the number of parts of calcium carbonate hardness present in 10 to the power of 5 parts of the water sample. So that is actually defined as degree of French. What is ppm? 1 ppm is equal to 10 to the power 6 parts of water. That means 1 part of calcium carbonate hardness present in 10 to the power 6 parts of the water sample. That is actually defined as 1 ppm. But degree of French is defined as 1 part of the calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 10 to the power of 5 only. So this is also another. So we can write like this: 1 French is equal to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 10 to the power of 5 parts of water like this. So like this, we have 4 different units for the expressing hardness value. And if you see all these definitions, what is the ppm definition? 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent present in how many parts? 10 to the power of 6 ppm part. 6. And according to mg per liter, 1 mg of calcium carbonate equivalent present in liter of water. That means that is also equal to 10 to the power 6 mg per liter. And according to degree of Clark, that is equal to 70,000 Clark like this. And according to French, that is actually 10 to the power of 5 like this. If we divide the entire equation by using 10 to the power of 6 like in this case, we will get 1 ppm or 1 mg per liter. So that means 1 ppm of hardness is equal to 1 mg per liter, and that is equal to 0.07 degree of Clark, and that is equal to 0.1 French like this, degree of French like this. So this is the relation between the various units of the hardness of water, but most of the time we are expressing hardness of water by using 1 ppm scale only or mg per liter. In some cases we are actually going towards a degree of Clerc or degree of French in this manner. Okay, and based on this relation also you will get some of the problems in the examination. So that we will discuss. That I will send you the another. I will send you the problems based on all these conversions in separate document. Okay, so like this, in this case we discussed about actually. So what is hard water, what is soft water, hardness of water, and different types of hardness like temporary hardness, permanent hardness, and finally we have seen the different units for the hardness of water like ppm unit or mg per liter unit or degree of Clerc or degree of French, like that. So if you have any doubts in this portion, please contact through my email ID or to my mobile number. So thank you one and all for watching this video.